Hello. Well, welcome to part 4 of our February calendar in our Floriabunda 2018 calendar. So we left off here where I wanted to show you how we're going to start with doing these really cool, it's a new thing I haven't really taught you before, but I think you're ready for it. So here's what we're going to do here. Let me show you the colors. Let's see if I have them in my book though. Let's see. Okay, so let's pull out a canary yellow, which is 916 canary yellow. Then pull out a dark umber, which is a 947. Then we're going to do a 926, which is carmine red. And then we're going to do a yellow ochre, which is 942. And then blush pink, which is 1033. And then cream, which is 314. Okay? So I'm going to show you how we're going to complete this little guy over here. And it's really pretty. There's a lot of shading, and it's a new color that I haven't really showed you before. So also I added some black dots in here because I thought it just looked too plain, and I added a little bit of black shading along the outside edge of that flower. Okay, so if you wanted to catch up and would like to do that, then that's cool. I just thought it needed a little bit more punch to it, so now it's got a little bit, I mean, it's a pretty dramatic flower as it is, but it's the way it is. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how we do this, okay? So the first thing that we want to do is, let's just start with this one, because this one is going to be kind of like how I did, how we do this part up here, okay? So let's take a canary yellow. Start with a canary yellow, okay? And we're just gonna fill it in. Nice canary yellow. Okay. And you just fill it in lightly. It's not a heavy, it's just a nice light, this is a light flower, like a watercolor kind of thing. Okay, so now we've got that in. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to take take the burnt umber, and with the burnt umber we want to kind of outline the edges of it to give it you know, like a deep kind of an edge, and then just sort of shade it, like just very lightly, just blend it kind of into the flower. Okay, we can go in here a little bit later and make it darker, but let's just, so blend that in, because you just don't want a harsh line. So you want to see how I'm like lightly just feathering that in like that. Here, let me just so you can see, I'll back out again, but see how just lightly, see how it's, hold on, see, just like lightly, just feather it in. Here, I'll just do it a little bit while we're close, just really lightly, just feather that in like that, so that you can, okay, so just do that all the way around here to give it a nice little edge. We'll do the same on this side. Okay, and feather it in nice. Okay.
Oh gosh.
Alright. Alright, so now let's just keep feathering it in. And then let's do this line here. This little separation here. Let's do that. Dark umber. Okay. And then do the same thing. We want to put a little bit of, just a little bit of feathering on along the line, so that it doesn't look just so stark, you know. Okay. Alright. Here. Down. Okay, so we're gonna keep feathering nicely down. Okay. Okay, now let's take this is the yellow ochre color, and just go and bring it, carry the yellow ochre and kind of feather it into the petal, just on the edges. Okay. Okay, and the same here. Just feather it in. Okay, and then the same down here. You see how I'm just kind of doing it in kind of like feather stripes, like just, you know, I'm not color, I'm just, you know, feathering it in like that. Okay, see how pretty that already looks, right? We didn't really even get started yet. Now grab your peach color and fill in some of the areas. You don't even have to do all, just some. Just throw in some peach kind of in spots lightly, and just so you got that nice peach in there. And you could put more in some areas if you want some more, like around the edges over here. See, just put some more around the edges, a little darker, like push your hand a little bit more pressure. Okay, a little bit maybe up here if you want it on the tip, maybe on the sides, the peach. Okay, there we go. All right, now let's take your carmine red, and we're gonna start adding a little bit of some definition, like to make it look, it's got a nice pretty edge on it. Feathering it in. I know, right? You wouldn't think these colors work good, but it's kind of a unique little color palette. Make sure you put that in your journal. Okay, and wherever you think you want more, if you want a little more up here, you could put a little more on the tip if you want. Side. Okay, now I think we need to work on the bottom down in here a little bit. So down here, right here towards the base, let's take the burnt umber and let's just bring it up a little bit so that we have a nice, and then let's do the same thing with the yellow ochre. Grab the yellow ochre and just, you're kind of using that as instead of using a blender, you're using this pencil as its own blender. So we're blending it in with the yellow ochre. And then let's take the carmine red and then bring it up. That. Okay. Okay. Okay, now take your cream color. This is your cream, and we're just going to kind of go over the whole thing with the cream, but make sure you blend in the same way that you're doing it. Don't go sideways or anything. Let's put the cream in. Okay. And if you want to add a little carmine maybe to the middle, we can too. Let's try that. See if I like that. Yeah, just put a little of that red right in here. Gives it a little. Does it look pretty? Okay. All right. So basically, we're going to do the same thing, just like that, all the same way. So we're going to start with the burnt umber here. I mean the dark umber, and we're going to bring it out around. Get darker if you want here. Then along the line. Nice. Gonna feather it out a little bit. Okay. Okay, and then go around. Okay. We could put the yellow on after instead of before. That's okay. Okay, I'm just going to do a couple here and we'll... Okay, so let's take the yellow, because we didn't put the yellow in. Let's put the yellow in. Yellow. Okay, and then we're gonna finish it like this. Just like that. Alright, and you could stop here if you want, and then just adding a little bit more feathering here, just to make a nice dip. And we'll take that carmine red now. Okay. To do with that really pretty. Okay, now let's take some of the peach, put the peach in now, the peach in over yellow. You can do it sporadically too, you don't have to put it in every single, just kind of float it around. You can show some of the yellow. Alright, and then we're going to do this here. Just like that. Okay. Okay, and then let's take some of the cream that we haven't, and just with some cream, just We're kind of using the cream as a blender. Do you know what I mean? Just blend it all in with the cream like that. Okay, and then just do that all the way around. Okay, so here I'm just finishing off just with a little bit of the shading and adding the red, and that's it. So thanks for watching, and let's go on now to part 5 where we'll do some more good stuff. Thank you.